Awesome. So do you want me to share a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. If you want to share just how did you get into digital marketing?
Yeah, so I had been doing multi-level marketing, network marketing for years on and off through a couple different companies because I had 5 kids at the time and had gone through a divorce, actually separation for a couple years, and was financially on my own, and then a divorce. So it was like just this long string of being really tight on money, not knowing what I was going to do. So I was filling the gaps with that. But the thing that I didn't like about it is I was glued to my phone. I had to constantly like DM people, like not that you don't DM people with digital marketing, but it's different because people are coming to you. So instead of just like, what people refer to as like cold messaging, I freaking hated it, but I had to like build my business. And I was always worried because there's a lot of ebbs and flows with network marketing. And so I was always worried about if it was going to be a good month or a bad month. And a lot of, when you work for like a company, not like it's necessarily a bad thing to do those. It's just that when that's your sole income and you've got a lot of kids running around and a lot of responsibilities, if you can't be super present, 24/7, it's very hard to build consistently. So I never knew with how busy my life was if it was going to be a good month or a bad month. And it was very stressful. So every month I was like, okay, am I going to be okay? Am I not going to be okay? And so I did that for years because it was the only thing that I could find that worked with such a busy schedule to be able to generate at least some income from my phone. And so back when COVID happened, I had opened up a coffee stand and it was doing really well. And when everything shut down, I ended up shutting down as well. And then I got custody of my kids, and my multi-level marketing business had fallen apart because it was subscription based. So a lot of people were cutting out extras. So they were canceling subscriptions. So my income significantly dropped from, being okay to making like $1,700 a month, which wasn't even my rent at the time. Like I couldn't even pay the rent. So I was very stressed out. So I sold my coffee stand. I got custody of my kids and I moved from Washington to Idaho. And I had to go get a 9-to-5 job. And so I was making about probably $16.50 an hour before taxes. And so just really struggling. I was doing everything you can imagine: Instacart, donating plasma, Uber Eats, DoorDash, selling things from my home, babysitting, cleaning houses, like anything that I could to keep my kids just at least living in a normal rental house and not an apartment. Because I didn't want to raise them in an apartment. I have too many kids. And then I met my boyfriend and we ended up having a baby together. And so all of a sudden I have 6 kids. So I was getting really nervous when the baby was born and was I had been watching a girl on Instagram for 8 months, and I didn't know her at all, but I had been watching her. And when that was going on, she just didn't explain it very well. She was just kind of talking about what she was making. So I kind of I had heard digital marketing, I heard what she was making, but she wasn't explaining it. So I thought that I had to like build a team, and I was so burnt out with that. And I'm like, oh no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to commit to a monthly order. I don't have time. I'm done. Like I've earned that t-shirt. I'm done. I'm just going to have to keep struggling because this is what the world is now. Right. So I had just accepted this horrible economy, being stressed out, as just my new normal. And but I'm holding this breastfeeding newborn and really wanting to be with him and super stressed out. So I started praying and just was like, okay, like if I could find anything to make money online, even if it's like affiliate marketing, I'll do that. And I kind of looked into that and stuff. But again, you're only making a small amount of commission. And so I didn't have a big following. I had about 1,700 followers on Facebook. My Instagram was under 1,000, which I still don't even really do this on that Instagram. I started a brand new one at 0. And I had a TikTok that was totally dead that I never really used for anything, just silly mom videos. So I was like, okay, affiliate marketing won't work because you need a big following for that too. So I eventually, finally, one night was so stressed out about money, and I was praying just like, God, like bring me something. And I thought of that girl, and I still was too scared to message her. And I don't know why. I think because I just didn't know her. But I saw another girl that was on Facebook, and she had been doing this, but on a very small scale. So she had made about $5,000. And I resonated with her more, even though this other lady had made 4 million, because I kind of knew who she was on my Facebook. So I reached out to her and I just said, I've been following this girl for 8 months. I've been wanting to do this. I don't understand what it is. can you please explain it to me? So she explained it to me of how you don't need to hit quotas. You don't need to build a team. You don't have to call a message. You don't have to be glued to your phone. And we can get into how it works in a second. But once she explained how it all worked, that's when I was like, oh my gosh. And I was really upset that I didn't get started. I was really upset, like actually, for like weeks that I didn't get started sooner, because I had spent the entire first 4 months of my son's life being really stressed out about money. And so I didn't have the money to start at all. I didn't. I spent a week donating plasma, selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and going to deliver DoorDash in between my shifts at the restaurant to come up with the money just for a payment plan, because I was approved through Klarna, but it was like, I didn't have good credit, so it only approved me for like a pay in 4 option. So it was like $200, and I didn't have it. And so it took me about a week or maybe 5 days, and I came up with the money. I got started with that, and I made $8,600 in my first 10 days. And that's when the light bulb moment went off. So that's kind of how I got started.
Wow. Sorry, I had to beat out. My family walked in. They came home right as we started the live.
Oh, it's always like that. It's okay.
That's amazing. And so, okay, so let's talk about what digital marketing is, and then I want to come back to something you said about your story.
Sure. Okay, so digital marketing, and I think that this is where people get confused, because a lot of creators are really excited that they're making good money, and so they're talking about that, but they're not really talking about exactly like how it works. And this is why I watched for so long and I didn't get started. And so what digital marketing is it's essentially where you buy a digital product one time, and it has to be the correct one. So it has to be a digital product that has MRR attached to it, which means master resale rights. Master resale rights means that when you buy it, by federal law, you now own that digital product in your possession. No different than if you were to go buy a pair of Nikes at the Nike store, they didn't fit you right, and you decided to go post them on Facebook Marketplace and you sell it for whatever you want because they're yours. You bought them. So you buy the digital product, you now own the rights to it. You can now sell that. Some of them have certain terms depending on who wrote them, that you can only sell them at a certain price point. Some of them are more flexible. But usually you, bare minimum, you can at least sell it for the same price that you bought it for. And you can do bundles and flash sales and things like that. And so when you buy a digital product, yes, sometimes some of them are a little bit more expensive depending on the value on the inside of that digital product. Like if they're usually courses, but some of them are ebooks. Courses do sell better than ebooks, but ebooks I always refer to as my baby digital products because those ones do sell as well. So you buy the digital course one time, and sometimes it can be, pricey. I have bought digital courses that were $4,000. I have bought mentoring programs that were $8,000. I have bought digital products that were $40. It just depends. I have found that the digital course that I currently have, I have 2 that sell all day long like hotcakes, is between $700 and $900. So you buy it one time, you own the rights to it. When you make one sale, you pay yourself back in full 100% because you get 100% of every sale. No one's making any money off of anyone. So like I don't make money off of you, you don't make money off of me, nothing. You only make the initial sale. So many people are like, well, how do you get people? How do you keep getting sales? So there are these things called funnels, and funnels are absolutely phenomenal. And if you don't know about funnels, you don't know what a funnel is. That is what the course is going to teach you. And it's essentially just where you have like these beautiful checkout pages that have all of the information, that they hold value, they give sneak peeks inside of what the course pertains, and it teaches you how to do digital marketing. So that is the one that I chose because that course is the most viral on the market. Both of the courses that I have right now are trending, they're viral. Like I barely have to talk about it and people buy it. And it is because there's a 15.2 billion search on the internet right now for how to do digital marketing. Forbes magazine actually put out an article, and this is kind of what made me pull the trigger between talking to my friend and looking up that article. You guys can Google it, literally just search digital marketing article from Forbes magazine, and it talks about how digital marketing in the MRR sense, like master resale rights, where you can purchase and then resell for 100% profit. It was $1 million industry in January of 2023. By June, it was $1 billion industry by last summer. So if you start seeing a lot of people doing it, maybe that's why. Believe it or not, there's only about 116,000 people in the digital marketing industry. So you might see it all over your feed because the algorithm will pick up on it that you're searching that and that you're looking into it or talking about it. But that doesn't mean everyone is doing it or that it's oversaturated. Forbes has projected it to become a $1 trillion industry by the year 2027. We just started trending upwards less than a year ago. So this is definitely a time to get started with it. But the reason why I chose a course that teaches how to do digital marketing is because, number one, I know I needed breakthrough in my life and my finances with this economy and how expensive everything was. And I wanted other people to be able to learn the same skill set that I was learning. But number two, because it is the top search for thing on the internet right now, is how to make money from home. So many families are hurting all across America, so many people, and the world. So many people are, not even able to afford groceries. I just went to Fred Meyer the other day. My grocery bill was $620 and I only got 90 items. That means that every item was $6.88, which means that even like a bag of salad was almost $7, even a gallon of milk or a half gallon of milk or a little thing of cookies. This is ridiculous. I mean, I was getting 2 Roma tomatoes and some bell peppers. That means that everything was averaging almost $7. Families are not surviving right now. They're having to move in with other family members. They're getting rid of their cars, rehoming pets, and downsizing to apartments. It's a pandemic, really, is what it is. And it's sad. And so with digital marketing, it is one of the only things that I have found, in fact, the only thing that I have found where you can make 100% profit. It is something that is going to completely, help you with your finances to fill the gaps financially. So you do get 100% of every single sale. You get it immediately. So you're not waiting until like the 15th to get paid or the first of the month or whatever, or your monthly paycheck like a normal company would. You're getting paid on the spot because you're in charge. You get to control your day. You get to choose when you work. I work about 2 to 3 hours a day. I'm just going to tell you right now that last month was the least amount of work I've ever done since I started this 10 months ago. Today's actually my 10-month anniversary with digital marketing. And so I started 10 months ago, under a year. We've made over $320,000 now. I started originally to make about $1,000 a month. I looked at it like if I could sell one and a half, I guess, courses a month, I could afford groceries for my 6 kids. And I at least wouldn't have to go do Instacart and DoorDash and donate plasma, because that's all I was making between those three side gigs. 3 side gigs with all my spare time, which was hardly any spare time with 6 kids. I was only making about $1,000 extra between all of that all month long. And if I got sick or tired and I couldn't keep up on it, we weren't eating good that week. So that is why I started. But when I made the 8,600 in 10 days, that's when I decided to take it more seriously. So I'm pretty darn consistent with at least 1 hour a day. I try really hard to do 2 or 3. It's not always like that. My life is crazy. But I've never, ever put in a full day with this. I've never put in 8 hours in a day, nothing. I have days where I've made 10 grand in a day. I've had days where I made nothing in a day, but then 2 days later I made 4 grand. Like, it just depends on the day. But I average about $1,500 a day. And last month was like hardly any work at all. My dad passed away. My kids were transitioning from homeschool to public school. So it was just a rough first couple of weeks of school starting. We were on vacation for 2 days in Florida, and then the hurricane happened right after that, and our friends were affected, so I was all worried about them. Things were going on last month that were so busy, and I added it up this morning. We made $32,815, and that doesn't include PayPal. Anything that we got on PayPal, I haven't even looked at that yet. So the fact that, like, okay, my Instagram now is finally at 2,000 followers, but I actually have a lot of like spam accounts on there. So I probably only have about 600 real people on there. My Facebook was at 1,700 followers, and now I just hit 3,000. And I'm not really doing TikTok. I kind of cross post on TikTok, but I've only signed like 2 people from TikTok. So with that being said, like, I'm not doing paid ads. I'm not recruiting. I'm not cold messaging. I'm just doing reels. And what people don't understand is that your reels are public. So if you have your funnels and your automation set up and your reels are set up, you will have people signing up for this because they're already searching for it on the internet. So we basically, and I'll keep this short, but you basically link your course to keywords on the internet. So as long as you're typing keywords, and it teaches you how to do it on your caption on your reel of how to make money from home, remote jobs, passive income, any kind of keyword that someone's looking for in terms of making income, the problem that they're looking for an answer for, they will buy it. I have about an 80% closing rate, and it's not because I'm some magical wizard. It's because you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. the opportunity, the fact that they can make their money back with their very first sale, so there's no risk involved and everything's 100% profit and they get to control their time, it's kind of a no-brainer. And so people are finding ways to get started on a payment plan, or most people put it on a credit card and pay themselves back in full. But it has been such a blessing. I have people that are in their 70s that are doing this. I have blue collar men that don't even have a social media, that their wife saw my Facebook post and reached out and got them started. I have had business owners get started with this, real estate agents, because it doesn't just teach you how to do digital marketing. It teaches you how to drive traffic to your offer. So businesses can buy this. Anyone that needs to learn how to build a funnel, anyone that's trying to convert a follower into a paying client for their own brand, their own offer, their own niche, they can buy this. It's a versatile course. It's not just to do digital marketing. And you can learn how to use funnels and keywords and searches on the internet to your advantage to get more money for your offer as well. So it has been awesome. I'm so happy that I started. And yeah, hopefully I explained that okay.
It's amazing. I love that. I've been sharing your story, so I'm brand new. I just started. I watched you for a while. And to be honest, when I called you, like, I know a ton of people who are doing digital marketing, but you were just so real and raw, and your story resonated with me. I have a decent sized following, and so I'm watching you, and I'm just blown away. Like, you're this busy mom. So am I. I was shocked. Like, the money you're making without having to have a large following just shows that anyone can do this. And so that's why I reached out to you over anyone else I could call. Like, I just felt like I could connect with you. Each other for, gosh, like 7 years, but we weren't like, I've talked to you more in the last 2 weeks than I have in 7 years, which is awesome. But I just love that about you. And, the fact that you are like so open about where you were and, what you've done and how you've gotten there, I think is amazing. So you're saying, if I'm listening to this correctly, you joined, you got set up, which it took me a couple days to get set up. In your first days, you made $8,600 by doing just reels and posting just about excitement and what you were doing.
Yes. So I didn't bring it to my Facebook right away, and that's where my warm market was, my 1,700 followers. I didn't bring it to Facebook for my first 6 weeks. I actually ended up making 70 grand in my first 7 weeks doing this. But I did it with a brand new Instagram. You want it to be a professional creator public account. And I did 3 reels a day just talking about this, which I was going to say, a lot of people don't realize that you can actually do faceless reels that are like pre-done reels that you can post. If you don't have time to do face forward accounts, that's fine. Faceless accounts are actually very viral right now. So if you're in a situation where like maybe you're just more shy, or like you just don't want someone, you don't want to have to like do this, it's totally okay. You do not have to at all. I have students that are making like $20,000 a month doing faceless reels. But yeah, I did reels, and I did make a list of a few people. Normally I wouldn't reach out to people, but these were people that were like actual friends that I just knew needed money. Like a couple moms that had just had babies that needed to fill the gaps financially. One person, that her husband got laid off. Another girl got diagnosed with cancer and was not feeling good. And then my mom, she's in her 70s, and my dad was getting really sick. And so I knew she was going to need income. So she got started. So I reached out to like a handful of people, I think like 6 people. 5 out of the 6 signed within 24 hours. And then the other one signed on their following payday. And then the rest were all from reels.
That's amazing. That's so awesome. See, so this is something, guys, anyone can do. If you're like Joy and I, we're extremely burnt out from MLM. I've been doing the affiliate thing for quite a while, which I love. I still get to talk about things that I'm passionate about. But like Joy said, if you don't have a big following, it can be really hard to make money in the affiliate space. And when you're selling a $100 product, or a $10 thing of toothpaste or something like that, you have to sell so much. But then when you're selling a $300, $600, $700, $900 product, and you're keeping all of that, that's what got me really excited. That's what really got my attention. And I'm so excited to be doing this with you and to be diving into all the things. Anything you want to leave people with?
I do. So those 2 courses I was talking about, what people don't realize is like, you don't need to sit here mass getting all these people. Like, I probably have between 10 and 20 conversations a week between people that come to me for my reels. Out of that, I try to sell at least 3 a week. I end up selling more, but it's because I post consistently every day. Not everyone has to post every day. But what I wanted to say is what she just said with it being a higher profit, and you get 100%. If you even sold 3 a week of the medium course, that's $9,300 a month. And if you sold 3 a week of the bigger one, and you'll probably sell 3 of each per week, to be honest, because this is very popular right now, that's 10,800 a month, but it's over 20 grand a month if you're focused on both. And I focus on both offers because not everyone can do a $900 course, but some of them can meet in the middle, and they can go from there. You do get to keep full profit even if you're on a payment plan. So even if you have to spread out over time with Afterpay or Klarna or PayPal credit, you do get full profit even on a payment plan. So you can get started for like under 200, spread it out, go sell a couple courses, keep that, get ahead, then you can pay it off later or whatever you want to do. Most people pay it off with their first sale. But it really does add up fast. I mean, even 3 a week is 6 figures.
I love that. And the last thing, I was thinking we didn't touch on, I just want to say real quick. The other side of this that I love is like if you're wanting to just, buy the course, learn all the things and resell it, that's a great avenue. But like Joy did, she did that and then she created her own course that she sells for $777. But then I follow all kinds of people online that like I'm in the holistic health space. That is my passion. That's what I talk about. And I follow people that sell a guide like how to grocery shop or natural remedies or how to do things for like $28 or $19.99. Like this doesn't have to just be like, oh, I'm passionate about digital marketing. Yep. There's other things you can do with it. I'm working on building out an Instagram course right now and how I built my Instagram from 1,200 to 70,000 followers in less than 7 months. And so, you can do whatever you want with this. I'm talking to realtors who are like, oh my gosh, I'm super knowledgeable about this. I can build a course on this. You don't have to do that, but you have that option as well, where you can make your own course, sell it with the rights. People then can go sell it as well. And it's just endless opportunities, which I love.
Yeah. And I'm glad that you brought that up because I forgot to say one last thing. The course teaches 3 different things because so many people are like, are you just buying a course to resell a course? The answer is no. It teaches you a high profit skill set, which is digital marketing. So it's going to teach you how to use a funnel, how to hook up your keyword, and then sell your digital product. When that digital product sells, you get 100% profit. So I literally pay all my bills now by courses. I'm like, okay, my rent is 3 courses and my car is 1 and this is that. And you just keep going from there. But the second thing that it teaches is the high profit skill set of like funnels, automations, and driving traffic to your offer. So again, if you have your own offer, brand, business, or website, you can use what it teaches in that. And then the third one is your own digital product. So again, if you're like Brandy and you have your own page that's about something that you're passionate about, you can create a digital product around that, like fitness. That's a big one, gut health, homeschool, all of those things, homesteading. You can create your own digital product around that as well as offer the digital marketing for beginners course because it does give people the opportunity to make money from home, and so many people need this right now.
Sorry, it was muted. Yeah, my house came in like we waited a little too long to record. That's and good. Everyone's here. No, this was amazing, Joy. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, all of the things. We so appreciate you. And if you're in this group and you're watching this for the first time, welcome. We're so excited you're here and we can't wait to connect and chat with you on all the things.
Awesome. Thank you so much.